Today we're making Bánh Bèo. This dish originated from the city of Huế, which is where my dad's side of the family is from. Bánh in Vietnamese loosely translates to cake, and Bèo means duckweed or water fern, aptly named because these cakes resemble the circular leaves that float on top of water in lakes and ponds. There are different versions of Bánh Bèo across the country with different toppings, but the classic Huế version consists of flat round rice cakes that are steamed in little dishes, topped with mashed mung beans, shrimp floss, scallion oil, crispy pork rind, and a sweet and savory sauce. Huế was the old imperial city and capital for the Nguyen dynasty during the late 19th and mid-20th century. Huế cuisine is known for being complex, flavorful, and fussy or intricate due to the influence of royal culture. You'll find incredibly crafted and presented dishes like nem công chả phượng, i.e. peacock fried rolls, and phoenix meatloaf. A really popular category of Huế foods is rice cakes, including bánh nậm, bánh bột lọc, bánh giam ít, and of course bánh bèo and more. In Vietnam, you'll find specialized Huế restaurants that serve a variety. Each order is small, so you can sample a little bit of everything. Think dim sum or tapas. This was always one of my family's favorite Sunday brunch options. We'll start with a few different orders of rice cakes, then finish by sharing some bún bò Huế. I love all Huế rice cakes, but bánh bèo might be my favorite. The combination of all the different flavors and textures checks all the boxes. Plus, scooping the cakes from their little dishes is just so much fun. I'm excited for you to try it. So let's get started. For the rice cakes, you'll need rice flour, tapioca starch, salt, vegetable oil, and water. For the toppings, you'll need mung beans, dried shrimp, green onions, pork crackling, sugar, and fish sauce. As for equipment, you'll need some ceramic dipping sauce dishes like these, and a steamer. We're going to start by rinsing the mung beans and soaking them for 3 hours. They have been rinsed. Now we'll soak. And we'll just set this aside. It's been 2 hours since we started soaking the mung beans. Now we'll soak the dried shrimps. Add the shrimps to a small bowl, pour in warm water to cover, and let soak for 30 minutes. Next, we'll make the batter. To a large bowl, add rice flour, tapioca starch, salt, and room temperature water. Whisk until you have a smooth batter with no lumps. Boil water, then measure the amount needed. Pour the boiling water gradually into the batter while whisking continuously until fully combined. Cover the bowl with a lid or food wrap and let rest for at least an hour. While waiting for the shrimp to finish soaking, we'll prepare the scallion oil. Cut off the white parts of the green onions, then dice. Heat a pan on medium and add oil. Once the oil is simmering, add the diced green onion and saute for 1 minute. Pour the scallion oil into a small bowl and set aside. By now, the shrimp should be ready. Strain and devein if needed. To a small pot, add the shrimps and fresh water. Bring to boil on medium. Once boiling, add a lid and cook for 5 minutes. Once the shrimps are done cooking, strain the shrimp broth into a bowl and set the shrimps aside. To the shrimp broth, add sugar and fish sauce. Stir until the sugar has fully dissolved, then set aside for serving. This is our sauce. Add the shrimps to a food processor or blender. I find that bullet blenders like this one work best. You can also use a mortar and pestle. Blend or crush the shrimps until you have fine flakes like this. Heat a pan on medium, then add in the blended shrimps. Add in the sugar and fish sauce. Cook for about 8 minutes until dry and fluffy, stirring continuously to break up clumps and prevent burning. Your finished product should look something like this. Pour into a bowl and set aside. The mung beans are now ready. Strain them and add to a pot with water and salt. Bring to boil, reduce heat to medium-low, cover with a lid, then cook for 7 to 10 minutes until tender. The beans should no longer have a hard center. Strain the mung beans well and add to a bowl or mortar. Mash until you can no longer see distinct beans. I like using a pestle for this. Add in salt and sugar, then mix to fully combine. That's our third topping done. Set this aside. Now we're ready to make the rice cakes. Add water to a pot and place on the stove, then place the steamer on top. Arrange the ceramic dishes inside the steamer, add the lid, and bring water to a boil. If your lid is glass or metal, wrap it in a towel to reduce the amount of condensation that will slide back down to the dishes. Once the water is boiling and you can see steam, reduce heat to medium and set timer for 10 minutes. This step of preheating the dishes allows the cakes to cook evenly and create the iconic divot in the center. While the dishes are steaming, remove the lid from the batter bowl, add vegetable oil, and whisk. This is optional but highly recommended. Add your batter into a jug or pitcher with a spout. This will make pouring the batter into the dishes later on much easier. It allows you to pour the batter in a clean, steady stream. After the dishes have preheated for 10 minutes, pour enough batter into each dish to create a 1 centimeter layer. Try to pour from a height of 5 to 10 centimeters above the surface of the dishes. This will help create a divot in the center of the rice cakes. If you made more batter than you can use in one sitting, the batter can be refrigerated in an airtight container for 2 to 3 days. You may have to add back a little bit of water afterwards to get the right consistency. Add the lid back on and steam for 7 minutes. Here you can see the iconic circular divots that I was talking about before. Carefully remove the dishes from the steamer with tongs or oven mitts and set them on the counter. Let them sit for 2 to 3 minutes. In the meantime, gather your toppings for assembly. Assemble the bánh bèo by adding some mashed mung bean, shrimp floss, scallion oil, and a piece of crackling on top of each rice cake. Serve bánh bèo with the sauce on the side. When you're ready to eat, pour a little bit of sauce on top. Pick up the dish and a spoon. Insert the spoon into a spot between the cake and the side wall of the dish. Turn the spoon and/or dish to separate the cake from the dish. Let's taste.
I also like using the spoon to cut the cake in half down the center, but you can eat the whole thing in one bite if you wish.
Perfect. The best bite is the one with the pork crackling.
Make sure to subscribe and check out our website for more Vietnamese and French recipes.